Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to talk about sleep. So we're just going to dive right into it. So how many hours of sleep are you receiving nightly? Is it 6, 7? And what is that sleep like? Is it consistent? Or is it straight through from the time you go to bed to the time you wake up? Or is it restless? Are you up for an hour or two every single night? So grab your journal if you haven't already. It's always good to have a journal before I talk because I'm going to ask questions. And write that question down. How many hours of sleep are you receiving tonight? And write today's date so you can kind of keep a log and a track of this. All right. So just give you some statistics here. Less than 7 to 8 hours per night increase your risk of developing heart disease and type 2 diabetes. Insufficient sleep to an increased risk of obesity by 89%, in children 55% in adults. So if you're not getting enough sleep, you're slowly going to gain weight gradually year after year after year. And it's tough to get that cycle down and to lose that weight. Exercise reduce time to help you fall asleep by 55%. So once again, it needs to be within this threshold, but it also helps with total night wakefulness by 30%. So you're going to sleep better, you're going to go to sleep quicker, and anxiety by 50% while increasing total sleep time by 18%. So there's benefits for a new mattress for 28 days. It reveals that it reduces back pain by 57%, shoulder pain by 60%, back stiffness by 59%. It also improves sleep quality by 60%. So, I'm not endorsed by Kitsa, but that is the mattress I have. I absolutely love it. I think it's amazing. Now, Walmart also sells a mattress, and we use that in the van, and it's really good. It actually has springs in it. So do your research, but spend the money on a great mattress. It's really going to help you sleep well. The other thing that's very helpful for me is I have a down comforter and real down pillows. That's super, super helpful for me. Now, 7 degrees is the ideal temperature for sleep. Really helps you get into that REM mode and just relax and recoup and repair and heal. 24% of men and 9% of women have sleep apnea. So here's things to help you increase your sleep. Eliminate a high stimuli environment. Avoid blue light in the evening. Increase white light during the day. So before you go to bed in the evening, you want to make sure about 2 hours you're not watching TV. Now, I have a projector, and so the projector does a lot lower blue light, than a TV. So a lot of those HDs are just illuminating and just broadcasting all this blue light, and now it's more difficult, it's more challenging for you to go to sleep. So a projector is going to be more advantageous, and also more white light during the day. So the more time you can spend outdoors in nature, the better you're going to sleep. Food and alcohol consumption affects glucose and serotonin levels. So you should not consume any food, any alcohol within 2 hours of going to bed. Avoid coffee 8 hours before bed because, it has that second life. And any other forms of caffeine, because some of them, there may be hidden caffeine in ingredients of food you're consuming. Your body naturally begins to release higher amounts of melatonin 2 hours before you go to bed. And if you have become disconnected from a bright blue light, so your body is in the circadian cycle, and basically what it's going to do is it's going to automatically want to go to bed at around sunset, and get up around sunrise. It's naturally how our body is in, but because of all the stress and anxiety and all this other stimuli that's occurring, basically what it's doing is it's being counterproductive, and our body's naturally difficult to go to sleep. So if you've ever gone camping and you realize how well you sleep at night and how restful you are, it's probably because you weren't watching TV and you were more connected to nature, and you didn't do a lot of the things that you normally do with all your technology. So think about, if you were to go camping, what would you do and how well you sleep? All right, here's some other options to help you increase your sleep. Glucose is lowest in the morning and highest in the evening, so your blood sugar. So basically what you want to do is give yourself the opportunity to really, really dive into this concept of what you're eating and how you're eating is causing your glucose levels to rise or to go down. So Think about if you're eating a lot of sugars in the evening, now it's even raised even higher, and it's going to be more challenging, more difficult for your body to get to that state of relaxation. Melatonin tells the pancreas you can relax during this time frame, right? So the body's naturally like, hey, let's dive in and go to sleep. And after you get some really good REM sleep, now your body's beginning to heal, right, and beginning to recover. Here's some supplements that have been helpful, if I can enunciate these correctly. So ginkgo biloba, glycine, valerian root, magnesium, L-theanine, and lavender. Those have all been proven scientifically to help you get some better sleep. So think about your routine. So you want to avoid intensive exercise later in the evening, especially if you're really high strung, a lot of stress. We talk about journal my journey, right? This journal. And so if you think about your PM self-care routine and you think about what is it going to take for you today to reset, to let go of the day, all the stress, the anxiety, really, what do you need? And so a lot of times we need that real intense physical workout, like a jog or a run or maybe some aerobic activity. Maybe it's an intense workout at the gym or even at your house, using some kettlebells or sandbags or push-ups and sit-ups, intense yoga. And then after that, it's time to begin to wind down. So after that intense workout and exercise, that's when you can do hot tub and sauna, do some mindfulness meditation, some yoga, some things like that. But especially type A personalities, people that are really stressed, high strung, you need to be as physical as possible to get all of that out. Then your body can start to relax, okay? So nicotine is a stimulant, just like caffeine. So tobacco can keep you from falling asleep and make insomnia worse. Elevated blood sugar affects the amygdala and the hippocampus, which in turn affect learning, memory, and cognition. So we have this brain fog, and this is why this is a whole holistic approach. So mind, body, spirit, right? Mentally, physically, and spiritually of who we are. So mindfulness will help, but also being aware of how we feel after we consume certain foods and how it affects us. So if you're eating ice cream and anything with sugar late in the evening, even alcohol, it's really going to affect your ability to go to sleep. It affects your learning, it affects everything. So exercise reduces time to fall asleep, once again, 55%, total night wakefulness by 30%, and anxiety by 15%, while increasing total sleep time by 18%. So do what you can to exercise each and every day. Here's some other options to increase your sleep. Low light, right? So think about the atmosphere for your bed. You want it as calm and relaxing as possible. So my bedroom light is really low, and then I have some LED lights that are low, and then all the LED lights in my house are like on bright, then you turn them off and on real quick, and then they have a ring that's really dim, and all of that is adjustable. So before you're going to bed, you want that light to be as low as possible 2 hours before, and as little as blue light as possible. Now, your bed is for sleep and sex only. It's not to sit there and watch TV and Hulu and Netflix and do all those other things. Once you designate it for those 2 items, your mind's going to be like, okay, it's either sleep or sex. That's the only thing I'm doing in this bed. And once again, high quality sheets, pillows in bed. So make sure your mattress is really, really great quality. High quality sheets, pillows in bed. So, a down comforter, down pillows, high count thread sheets, all that stuff that's going to really help you sleep at night. And then place a pillow or a blanket between your knees or under your neck to keep the neck neutral. So you don't want the neck really propped up. So you can also take like a bath towel, and wrap it underneath your head, but you want your neck as neutral as possible. Some things that it can be helpful is a white noise device. A lot of people sleep with a fan, but a fan's going to generate heat from the motor. So, I would suggest maybe just a white noise device, or play some calming, relaxing music, maybe some Moby Ambient. That would be great. Get the temperature to 70 degrees. If you're restless in bed, just get up and journal your journey. So if you're laying down and you can't think and you've got all these things on your mind and your heart and your soul, then just go ahead and get up and journal for a little bit until you're tired and get back into bed. One study looked at the benefits of a new mattress for 28 days. revealing that it reduced back pain by 57%, shoulder pain by 60%, and back stiffness by 59%. It also improved sleep quality by 60%. I can tell you that once I got this Keetsa mattress, it has really been extremely beneficial and really helped me sleep. One thing you want to do is avoid naps. And then you also want to set an alarm, and you want to wake up at the same time 7 days a week and go to bed at the same time 7 days a week. So I try to go to bed at 10, go to sleep by 10:30, and then I am up by 6 every single day, 7 days a week. It has that consistency, and that way if I'm restless or I'm in pain or I wake up for a little bit, at least I've got 6 to 7 hours of sleep. 24% of the men and 9% of women have sleep apnea. So a lot of that is due to lack of exercise. That has to do with our diet. It has to do with obesity. It has to do with all these other things that are going on in our life. And once we resolve those other issues and we make ourselves healthier, then we actually end up, in a sense, resolving these other issues that we have. So anxiety, depression, sleep apnea, all those different things. So following a lot of these steps and being aware of what's going on in you mentally, physically, and spiritually will definitely allow you an opportunity just to begin to heal. So kind of be aware of what's going on in your sleep routine and what you're doing and what you can do better. And just put all these things as an objective of, hey, I need better sheets and a better comforter and better pillows and a better mattress, Put all that down for you. And you want to sleep journal. So one thing that's been really helpful for me is a journal. And so it's a piece of paper, and basically I write down what time I go to bed, what time I wake up, how many times I wake up in the night, how many hours I thought I was awake total for the night, and any triggers, any nightmares, any dreams, good or bad. And what I realized through this journey and this path is that everything was amplified. So if I was on the beach with you and we were hanging out, then the next thing that we would see this amazing sunset, and then it would just be this beautiful array of colors at the sunset, and then there would be wells and porpoises. So everything that was good would get amplified and just be better and better throughout the evening, and also sometimes through the week. So a lot of times I have the repetitive dream throughout the week. But if I watched some kind of war movie or something that was a trigger, then I would have a trigger of one instance in war, one fatality, one death, whatever it may be, and then the next one, and then the next one. So that thing would be amplified, and then all the times that I have faced death and all the other deaths that I'd seen. And so what I realized is that when it's a good dream, it's amplified and it gets better and better. But when it's a bad dream, it gets amplified and gets worse and worse. But what I realized through logging these dreams is that I really didn't have the bad dreams as much as I had the good dreams. I would probably have good dreams 5 out of 7 days and bad dreams 2 out of 7. But for whatever reason, I always remembered the bad dreams. I thought I was having nightmares all the time. So journaling this and writing this down lets you become aware. And then when you have those dreams, you're like, okay, what was it that came to surface? Was it something in Afghanistan or something in the Gulf War or something that I saw in the news that did this, or was it a movie I watched? So think about your sleep journal in that aspect, and that will really be beneficial. The other thing is you want a journal to empty. So use this journal in the evening on your PM self-care routine and write down what it's going to take for you to reset tonight. What's your self-care routine? Hot tub, sauna, jog, hiking, whatever it may be. And then write down some gratitude. And then write down tomorrow's dreams, visions, and goals. Because when you begin to write it down, then it clears up the mind, and the mind can really begin to just focus on really what's important, and that's healing and nurturing. And then write down your thoughts, feelings, emotions, but get to the why. Why do I feel excited? Why do I feel anxious? Why do I feel joy? Why do I feel fear? Get that down in the journal and write it. And make sure you engage in mindfulness and meditation. I preach this a lot because it works. Mindfulness and meditation, 60 minutes every day, is going to shrink the amygdala. It's going to lower the threshold. It has all those healing properties for you. Every single amazing, beautiful benefit with no negative side effects. And make sure you have healthy boundaries professionally and personally. So dive into that webinar about healthy boundaries, and that's going to help guide you, because you really want to go to bed every night and wake up fresh, new, whole, and complete and not have to have all the drama and all the negative energy and all the toxins. So I want you to just think real quick, what's distracting you from being present right now, personally and professionally? Pause the video, write the question down. What is distracting you from being present, personally and professionally? Because this is going to affect your sleep. And then when you're done, just start playing this video game. Hey, little guy. All right. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for journaling. So I want you to think about your self-care routine about 2 hours before you go to bed. That's just as a recap. So you want to go to bed at the same time every night. So we're going to use 10 o'clock as an example of going to bed and 6 because that's what I do and it's just easier for me to remember. So around 8 o'clock is when I start my self-care routine. So that's when I will get in the sauna, get in the hot tub, I take a shower outside, I just completely reset, let everything go, and that's when I start to journal, and that's when I start to process everything about the day and what did I learn about myself and how did I deal with any conflicts personally and professionally, and how could I have done that better? And did I do enough for myself today? And how did I enrich my life and the lives of my community? Those are all the questions that I ask. Who do I need to reach out tomorrow? What's my contact? What's my to-do list? You know, what's my focus? And what am I learning about? And how can I really learn more? And who do I need to reach out to? And who needs to be my mentor? And who do I need to mentor? Who sent me emails that I haven't responded to? So I start thinking about all that stuff at 8 o'clock at night, hot tub, sauna, hot tub, whatever it is, a shower, journal, then I begin to relax. And then when I lay down in bed is when I start my whole breathing technique. Now I do this breathing all throughout the day, but in the evening is when I really, really begin to focus on it more intently. You want to make sure that you're not eating any food, consuming anything 2 hours before you go to bed, which means that's 8 o'clock. And, you know, if you're watching TV, you want to turn that off. Think about camping. If you've ever been camping, what it felt like and how well you slept. And it was probably in a sleeping bag on a floor that had rocks on it, right? And sand and dirt and everything else. So imagine if you got an amazing, comfortable mattress. And if you just spent time in nature every day before you went to bed. And you spent a lot of time in white light during the day and hardly any blue light at night. Then you would be able to sleep better, right? So think about those times in your life that you slept really, really well, and what was it that enabled you to sleep well? So empower yourself, right? And get a journal, write down thoughts, feelings, and emotions before you go to bed, and let all of that go. And then write down your to-do list. So think about all those concepts, that process. This is really going to make a huge impact in your life. It's really going to help you to sleep a lot better, and you're going to feel a lot better. All right, guys, I love you. I hope you enjoyed this webinar over sleep. If there's anything I can do for you, reach out to me.